What's going on YouTube and the Facebook group Intermittent Fasting and my Facebook friends? I just wanted to point out something today. So today ends a week-long experiment on myself. So if we look at the last 7 days here, you'll notice that, there was a bit of a trend. Now, for what it's worth, I don't weigh myself every day. But as you can see, after my last week, I started at 352, and I hit a low point of 344.7, and I went back up. Now, if we look at the last 30 days, you can see that there is a somewhat downward trend, but then I go back up. If you go for the last year, let's do last 90 days, because that's going to be a better indicator, because this is just stuff I haven't recorded. You'll notice that there's ups and there's downs. This is what we call healthy weight loss. Weight loss isn't linear. Any nutritionist will tell you this. Weight loss is extremely filled with highs, ups, and downs. However, if we take a look at any dissected week during this period, you'll notice that my ups are never as high as a previous up. So it's like if you draw like a straight line through any one of these periods, you'll never have a period that hits the same peak twice. That's a good indicator that I am losing weight. However, this week I hit an extreme low and I hit an extreme high. That is because I did a 1 week experiment. Every point after this point, I have been doing intermittent fasting. At this point, these two plateaus right here were 16-8 schedule. This drop is when I started doing OMADs, and the OMADs continued until I hit this point. And I wanted to see something different, and I wanted to throw at my metabolism something different. Now, before I continue, there's a few things I should preface. I weigh 351s as of the recording of this, 351 pounds. I don't know how much that is kilograms at the beginning of this video. Second, I am one person, so this isn't indicative of anyone that would try this. And third, the weight gain from 348 to 351 was partly due to the fact that I still have food digesting from last night. Every 5 weeks I do a refeed, except the last night was my mother's birthday, so I was a nice son and took her out to eat and flipped the bill for her and my father, and we had a good time. However, I did eat a pizza on my own as well as some cake, and genuinely was not the healthiest of days. So live and learn. And every once in a while, that's not going to be the end of the world if I pig out one day out of a 365 day a year. If I'm eating at a nice Italian restaurant, I'm buying the bill, and this is a celebration of kinds, I'm going to relax a little. I'm going to throw the idea out a little bit. However, this week was special. So this week I did not do IF. We started the week off at 352.8 pounds and we dropped to 344.7. I hadn't changed my caloric intake up until this point. Also, these last two, I was I do believe I had a little bit of different fasting. And the reason why I switched up this week is I wanted to know what the impact would be on my workouts. I do a lot of weight training. I do some moderate, I say moderate intensity. Some people look onto it as like, wow, man, you hit it hard. I don't know how to judge what's actually intense or not. I know I do 5 days of working out, each focusing on a different part of my body. Like today, this morning was shoulders and core. We did about 3 to 4 workouts of shoulder and about 3 workouts of core exercises. And then I'm going to follow up later with a Pokemon Go event, which I'm going to track through my Walk app. And that should burn a little bit more calories. Now, as I sip on my post-workout breakfast, which, as you can see here, we can see that all I had really was just a pre-workout protein bar to get me through the workout. Then afterwards, we are just refilling my muscles with some protein and some milk. Some of you disagree with the milk, some of you don't. I understand that. This is really more to be analytical because this week is going to be the last week I do what I did. So, why did I gain weight? What was the change I made? Well, recently I went to the doctor, and we're going to start off on Sunday. Recently I went to the doctor, and you'll see that I made some dietary changes throughout this week. When I went to the doctor last, I was told that being that I am working out, you need to refeed your muscles. You need to, have some calories in the morning to get you through the day, or else you are going to lose energy through your workout, because that is an issue I've been having. Being that I work out 5 days a week and I am morbidly obese, that's not 355 pounds of muscle there. That's mostly fat. I am, as they call, a fat F, and I am trying to improve upon that. And that is a very long, very arduous road that I could easily make a whole separate video on, the psychological battle you're having in terms of the metaphysical battle you're having, which is the weight itself. And what my doctor suggests is that I have a light meal in the morning, and I tried to keep it at around 500 calories, and then I could go until I do OMAD. And I didn't like the way that felt. I was still petering out. So this week I decided, well, what if I went back to a traditional calorically restricted diet? I don't follow keto or any of the other food restricted diet. I don't impose any food restrictions on myself yet. I plan on doing that once I hit 299, when the weight loss definitely becomes more of a struggle, definitely becomes harder to obtain, because your body now has to rely on nutrition in order to improve itself. At this point, when you're morbidly obese, you're going to notice weight loss a lot easier than most people, because your body is actually acclimating to a new dietary style. And being that this isn't necessarily a diet, but more of a diet pattern, I decided to see, well, what happens when I break the pattern? So as you can see, Sunday, I followed more of a traditional 16-8 style, where I had dinner. This was my dad's birthday. My parents' birthday are about a day apart. So for dinner, we went to Abuelo's, and, I had some nice chicken, some tortilla chips, and salsa. It was very delicious. I don't think these caloric numbers are right. I think I had more like 1,000 calories because of the salsa, but I didn't know how to count it. But then, we did work out that day, and, so I had these. This was my breakfast in the morning, and then this was something I had right pre-workout. So I wasn't following the new plan yet. This was just kind of a typical day for me. If you want to see what a typical day looks like, this was during my 48-hour fast, where I just survived off this. And, I tried to keep the calories extremely restricted for 48 hours. And then this is what a kind of typical day looks like for me, is that I just, kind of keep the calories light. I'm not hitting my macros as much as I want to be, which I've been trying to figure out. But that's not the point of the video. So the point of the video I'm going to get to is I decided to break the cycle. And when I did break the cycle, this is how I broke it. My day off, I had this meal right here. I'll keep this on here so that you can see. As you can see, I stayed within some caloricals. This is a custom set calorical I have, so 1,600 isn't recommended for me. If I were to go to MyFitnessPal, it's going to say something like 2,200 calories, which I have tried. I've tried for months, and that's how I hit my first plateau of 355, and I had to drop it because I wasn't feeling comfortable with it. My metabolism obviously operates slower than ideal, so you can go into MyFitnessPal and adjust and have manual caloric goals and stick to those. But as you can see, I just kind of eat whatever, so for breakfast, I had a roast beef sandwich with some Swiss cheese and some Snapple. Lunch, I had a whey protein shake. And then dinner, I had a double cheeseburger that I made myself with my own ingredients. I do have a really bad hamburger bun. I'm going to look into see if there's more lower carb options for hamburger buns because I really love my burgers. And when I found out that burger meat's keto friendly, I'm like, yeah, but burger buns aren't. I typically stand with the Sargento Colby Jack Skinnies, which are 40 calories a slice, but my parents were nice enough to buy me some cheese that week, so beggars can't be choosers. Then the next day, you'll see that I had more of a traditional looking breakfast. Lunch, lunch and dinner. As you can see, I went up a little bit in the calories here. I don't know how. Oh, that's right, because this was actually my mom's birthday, and my parents tried to get me to go out. And as you can see, I went above still. So I did make some mistakes during this week. And I still lost, though. This actually, a whoosh actually followed this day. So, again, weight loss isn't... I think I might have to do another week of this because, honestly, I didn't keep the caloric deficit every single day as I thought I did. I thought I was close. But this will serve as a learning experience as what not to do during a diet. This day was a mistake. What I'm trying to say is that I'll get to the point at the end after I show this. Now, Wednesday, I did stay mostly within my my caloric goals. I try to stay under 2,000 calories. 1,600 is an ideal. What happens is when you log workouts in MyFitnessPal, it automatically adjusts your caloric goals because you're supposed to an extent eat your caloric deficit when you work out. So Wednesday, I had a nice steak. Lunch, I had a pre-workout meal. This was my pre-workout thing where I had some a Monster White and a protein shake. This was about an hour before my workout to kind of get me pumped and get into the gym and with more energy. Trying to stick with that, goal of get more energy in me and be able to get through my workouts without hitting point of failure so quick. And then had the morning with a protein shake because that's what was recommended. Is just have a nice protein shake in the morning. It will give you energy throughout the day. It won't. That's what was being sold to me by my doctor, who does IF herself. She just doesn't like the idea of how I implemented it, which was one meal a day. She felt it was a little unsafe and gave me some tips. Also, if you live in Texas and you go to Texas Roadhouse, these are made in hell themselves by Satan. It's temptation aside. I want to know from my Texan brethren if any of you guys ever had issues with asking the waitresses to not bring rolls with you. Also, who I ate dinner with that night may or may not would probably have wanted the rolls, but these are hard to turn down. Thursday would be more of a typical day, so I forgot my shake in the morning. Oh no, I didn't forget my shake in the morning. I got my shake in the morning. I had a little bit of a lunch, and then I had framed eggs for dinner, and then I had a pre-workout. I discovered that the protein shake that I had was a way high in calories. So I decided to go back a little and have a Premier Protein bar, which is only 200 calories before my workout, which is a little bit more reasonable. And I'm not worried about fasting. At no point during this week was I during a fasted state. So, we stuck here. This is more of a traditional day. Then we have, this was the cheat day, quote unquote. And then we have this. So what this week served to be was, what is it? What is the impact? What is the impact? What is the results of not eating healthy, not fasting, and going about my normal day-to-day life for a week? And this is the result. Clear weight gain. I was also not performing it. I performed moderately better at the gym, so my gains only increased fractionally. Granted, I could possibly update my protein. Honestly, the Fit as Fuck brand of pre-workout NO supplement, I didn't notice a change, honestly. I really felt like this was horrific. I felt like I felt like I was on a sugar high, and then I crashed midway through my workout, and it was the bad day. It was arms. So to give you an idea of what my workouts are like, leg day is my best day. I can do upwards about 540 pounds, 15 reps of 540 pounds on the leg press machine. Just to give you an idea of how strong my legs are. I know it's not impressive for like bodybuilders or, you know, people who really are fit as fuck. But someone like me, having very little weightlifting experience, I find like that's actually pretty intense, and it feels intense. It feels like there's a car on top of me. And I don't mean to cuss, by the way. That's just, I was making fun of the branding of that protein shake. That I don't think it's protein, it's NO supplement. I'm not going to continue with those in the future. I think I'm going to have is like a small 200 calorie protein bar to break the fast, and then start working out in a slightly fasted state, and then go into having my one meal a day. And I think I'm just going to ignore eating in the morning altogether. I think my main takeaway from this is that when we look at IF on the whole from like the last 90 days, from when I started back in May going till now in August, I think there's definitely a clear indicator here that intermittent fasting definitely works for me, especially OMAD. And I'm a data nerd. I love crunching numbers. It's actually one of my motivators to working out, getting fit, you know, getting back to being healthy. A little bit about myself is I like to play a game called Magic the Gathering. I also play, you know, Warframe and all these games that are very data based. And what I'm doing is I also play Dungeons and Dragons. So when you have this very statistic based mind, one of the if you're a nerd like me struggling with weight loss, one of the things I totally recommend is getting MyFitnessPal, getting some of these apps, actually tracking things, because the numbers is going to stimulate that part of your mind. You're now, instead of like, you know, leveling up your character by grinding in a video game, you're now grinding yourself. You're now the grind. You're now the end game. You know, this is a video game to me. That's how I do it. It's like, I am a computer. I am the main character of my video game. How am I going to increase my stats? And I have a douchebag DM that's called Life, and he's saying that, you know, you have to work out, you have to eat healthy if you want to be the barbarian you seek to be. Well, so be it, DM. Let's roll, you know. And this week, I wanted to just show everybody the impact one bad week can have. I see a lot. The point of this video was that I see a lot of posts on this group that are asking, hey, will this break my fast? What if I do this? What if I do that? It's fine to do it once in a while. As you can see, this high point that I'm complaining about, you know, this weight just from yesterday, 348 pounds, I'm going to have to add my 351 pound weight, is not the highest point I've weighed. I've come down from 380 pounds. And the last time I was at the doctor, last August of 2017, I was 408 pounds. And I came down from that. And I am a lazy guy. I'm that guy that built my own computer, PC Master Race, you know, the one dude you avoid at the club because he's there alone. You know, I am the epitome of, I don't want to say a loser, because I am also I'm also doing some other things to improve mental health as well, which actually mental focus helps with working out. But what I'm trying to say here is that there's no excuse to not be able to hit your goals. It's just how bad you want them. It's a psychology game, and I wanted to show you how one bad week can actually affect you. And right now, I know that losing that weight back is going to be a little bit of a struggle because I hit 344. I was going to be in the 330s by this time if I had stuck with OMAD. And why I did it is because I just wanted to show the effects. And what happens when you have one bad week? One bad day isn't terrible, but one bad week can set you back almost a month. This set me back almost a month. As you can see, my last plateau was 352. I am 1 pound away from that plateau again. So obviously, I am going to have to do some work regarding this. So that being said, I am going to start a 48-hour fast after today. I am going to have to work out in a slightly fasted state, which I don't typically like because I don't feel like I have a lot of energy. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of you guys can definitely oh man, I lost the word and I'm recording. Benefit. There we go. A lot of you guys can benefit. I don't edit my videos. If you look at all of my channel, if you look at the rest of the videos on my YouTube channel, which are pretty cringeworthy, and hopefully with therapy and mental counseling, and maybe hopefully one day gain enough money with a better job to hire an editor, I'll be able to have some better edited videos. But if you look at my videos, they're typically more gameplay focused. I kind of wanted to focus on health this video and kind of show you guys what the impact is and how OMAD and intermittent fasting affects you. It's going to affect everyone different, but one of the things I do is I experiment with myself. To me, I am a grand experiment. I am a mad scientist on myself, so I put myself through all sorts of different kinds of hell, and just to see what the outcome is, and to know, don't do this, but do this. Because honestly, when I go on YouTube and I look up workout videos, or I look up how to improve myself, how to, gain confidence, things like this, it just seems like different strokes for different folks, and it totally rings true. And nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants, that one uniform process on how to improve themselves, and this just goes to show that there isn't. And you're going to have to experiment with yourself a little. You're going to have to allow yourself to fail before you can succeed. And that's what this video is going to show. And I am going to say this right now. Look at me 1 year from now, and you're going to see this. Graph look a lot different. And I just want to show this right now, just to show that A, progress is possible, but B, it takes work. It takes mental fortitude to do this. And as you can see, there's ups and there's lows and there's plateaus, and you're going to get stuck. So don't be afraid of this, but track it. It seems like a lot of you guys who have problems succeeding are stat based. You guys probably might be like me. You like your nights where you sit around with your table playing board games. Maybe some of you play Dungeons and Dragons like myself. Honestly, if you get into the mindset that your character sheet absolutely sucks, and if you get into the mindset that if you were to take the character sheet that is you, and you're now existing outside of yourself, and you look at yourself as the character you are building, then what are your stats going to be? How well did you roll? Or are you going to take the initiative and make yourself point by and put the stats in where you want them, and you're going to make yourself the player you want to be? And that's where I'm at. Because honestly, I look in awe at cosplayers. That's something I've kind of wanted to do because I watch a lot of anime myself. Like I said, I'm a nerdy guy, but there's not many characters I can do with the physique I'm in. And that's just the truth. The one character I can get away with doing is that guy with the baseball cap in Steins Gate. Anyway, I'm not trying to make this a pity party. I'm not trying to make this anything else. I have my own goal. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. I have my own goals. That's what I'm trying to put out here. And I'm trying to build everyone else up towards their goals. I'm no nutritionist. I'm not a fitness expert. I don't have any college education in any of these fields. But I did my research. I know I'm trying to find out what works and what doesn't. And I'm showing you what doesn't work. This is to serve as an example of what not to do and why it seems like IF is working for so many people. And this is why, and I'm also advocating that this is why OMAD might be a good thing. Because as you can see, I don't have the best diet, but I'm still trending downwards mostly. And then the 1 week I decided to eat normally, I trended upwards. So it may or may not be the most scientific method, but I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, this video is going on 24 minutes now. You know, like if you like, dislike if you don't like. Send me a DM if you have anything you want to say. Comment down below. If you're seeing this from the IF group, if this is allowed, great. I'd love to hear about some of your own experiences rather than just hearing the standard, good job, I'm really proud of you. Because honestly, as much as I appreciate that, I want to hear about other people's experiences. I'm more focused on other people. Working in customer service, I really like hearing from other people. That's what motivates me more than anything. You know, it's like I see people like go from being so, you know, having so low self-esteem that when they show their before photos, they're completely covered in layers of clothes, and then seeing like men and women go to like one and two piece bathing suits and get to show off a little. You know, it kind of gives me a little like nudge. It's like, hey, I might be able to achieve that. I may not ever have an 8-pack abs. I know I won't because I was actually there at one point. That's not the point. My point being is that one day maybe I'll be confident enough to walk around with my shirt off and not feel, you know, so weighted down. But that takes a lot of hard work. That takes a lot of nutrition. And I actually see the challenge as a way of, you know, weighing my dice a little. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going on 25 minutes of this, 26 now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you're an expert yourself, I would love to hear from you. I just kind of wanted to show what trends look like and what's going on with my body and how to actually track that. Now, what I will say is the one thing I did differently from this week than any other week is I tracked my weight daily because I wanted to track a trend. So most of this is tracked weekly. I normally do weekly weigh-ins because that's going to more accurately track my progress. And I can tell you that my clothes are starting to fit better. My arms are starting to feel more full. You know, is it easy? No. I'm going to tell you guys it's not easy. But that being said, you know, if you have a goal and how bad you want it, then you're going to achieve it. Because you're going to achieve it because you want it. You guys have a great day. I'm signing out.